These 15 Latin tracks didn't just top charts, they became part of who we are. Let's count down the Latin songs from 1992 we'll never forget. And wait until you hear what landed at number 1. It turned a young Tejana into a legend. Quint, Mijares. Para amarnos más.
Con la cual estamos ahora saliendo con este nuevo disco.
Elegant, emotional, and pure Mexican romance. Para Amarnos Más showcased Mijares' smooth vocals in a ballad built to break hearts. Its orchestral flourishes and soaring chorus made it a wedding favorite across Latin America. Released as part of his album Maria Bonita, this track reminded listeners that even in a year of shifting trends, true love songs never go out of style.
Para amarnos más, juntos.
And Mijares? He solidified his spot among the greats, but speaking of heartbreak, wait till you hear what comes next. A group whose harmonies cut deep. 14. Pandora. Cómo te va, mi amor.
¿Cómo te va, mi amor? ¿Cómo te va?
3 voices, 1 unforgettable melody. Pandora's cover of Cómo te va, mi amor became their signature song. And in 1992, it still had the power to hush entire rooms. Originally written by Hernaldo Zúñiga, the song captured a post-breakup encounter with haunting detail. Pandora's harmonies made it timeless, blending pain, dignity, and that lingering question we all carry, do you still feel anything when you see me? It was elegant and devastating. And now we head into darker territory. A song that brought rock and español into its moody, mystical prime. Treten, Caifanes, Afuera. Caifanes didn't follow the rules, they reimagined them. Afuera is hypnotic, eerie, and electrifying. Its brooding bass line and cryptic lyrics invited listeners into a world of existential poetry and dark romanticism. This wasn't your abuelita's Latin music, this was alternative rebellion. With frontman Saúl Hernández delivering lines like spells, Afuera helped define Mexico's rock and español scene in the early 90s. And inspired a generation of misfits and dreamers. But next, we bring it back to the soft glow of a love song, written like a poem. And I will write you a poem if you hit the subscribe button right now. 12. Magneto. Vuela, vuela.
Así, esto es Vuela, vuela, a bailar todas.
It wasn't just a song, it was a movement. Vuela, vuela, the Spanish adaptation of Desireless's Voyage, voyage, became Magneto's biggest hit and an instant dance pop classic.
Vuela, vuela.
In 1992, you couldn't escape its soaring chorus or slick boy band charisma. Teenagers screamed, radio played it on loop, and Latin pop officially had a jetpack. More than just a catchy hook, the song was an anthem about chasing dreams, and it landed everywhere. Next up, a rising voice whose soft croon made him Cristian Castro, not just Veronica's son. El undécimo, Cristian Castro, Agua Nueva. This was the birth of a ballad king. Cristian Castro's debut single, Agua Nueva, arrived in 1992 with a splash of innocence, youth, and raw vocal talent. The lyrics spoke of emotional rebirth, a classic theme wrapped in modern production and soaring pop hooks. With this track, Cristian proved he wasn't just showbiz royalty. He was a force. Agua Nueva earned him awards, chart spots, and a fan base that would follow him through every tearjerker for decades. But next, one of the most powerful voices in Latin music history, at her most devastating, Décimo, Ana Gabriel. Quién como tú.
El perfume de su almohada, tú lo conoces bien.
The pain, the pride, that voice. Ana Gabriel's Quién como tú had already become a classic by 1992. But that year, it reached iconic status. Her raspy, emotional delivery made this ballad of envy and heartbreak a staple at every karaoke night, breakup, and slow dance. This wasn't just singing. It was suffering out loud. And Ana? She became a symbol of Latin womanhood, vulnerable but never weak.
¿Quién como tú, que día a día puedes tenerle?
Next up, a group of heartbreak masters who turned one prison metaphor into a song millions would never escape. Nueva, Los Bukis, Tu Cárcel.
Bukis y sus mejores canciones hoy en el show de las estrellas.
Heartbreak? This was a sentence. Tu Cárcel, written by Marco Antonio Solis, was originally released in the late 80s, but by 1992 it had become an anthem across Latin America. Its lyrics compared love to a prison, and Solis delivered every word with the kind of hurt that could shatter walls. Radio couldn't get enough, and the song kept resurging, especially in '92 as the band's popularity reached new heights. This wasn't just regional Mexican music, this was soul. Next up, a voice so smooth it felt like silk, singing one of the year's most iconic boleros, Oito, Emmanuel, Bella Señora.
Ya es tanto de noche encantadora, sí, y te mueves.
Romantic, dramatic, absolutely unforgettable. Bella Señora was peak Emmanuel, a grand sweeping ballad delivered with cinematic flair and limitless emotion. His theatrical vocal style made every lyric feel like a plot twist. In 1992, the song dominated Latin adult contemporary stations and became a staple in 1992 weddings, soap operas, and late-night serenades. When Emmanuel sang, you didn't just listen, you felt.
Bella señora, háblame de ti y de lo.
But now, time for a songwriter whose lyrics always went deeper. A man who could make even silence feel poetic. Siete, José Luis Perales. ¿Y cómo es él?
¿Cómo es él? ¿En qué lugar se enamoró?
Reissue, Resurgence, in 1992. Originally released in the 80s, this track came roaring back in the early 90s, thanks to a new wave of covers and constant radio play. ¿Y cómo es él? Was José Luis Perales at his best, aching, observant, and heartbreakingly restrained.
Y yo estaré celoso de perderte y abrígate.
The song imagines a man watching his lover leave and wishing well while dying inside. In 1992, it felt fresh all over again. Its timeless quality proved that real songwriting doesn't age. It just finds new ears. And next up, a young balladeer stepping into his father's footsteps and owning the stage. Seis, Alejandro Fernández. Necesito olvidarla.
¿Quieren otra? Bien, muchachos.
Before he became El Potrillo, Alejandro Fernandez was a fresh-faced balladeer with a legacy to live up to. In 1992, Necesito Olvidarla showed the world that he was more than just Vicente's son. He was a powerhouse in his own right. Blending ranchera soul with pop elegance, the track was a slow, pleading cry for release from a love that wouldn't die. The mariachi backdrop, the dramatic delivery, it was old school heartbreak made new again. And next, a voice so rich, so smooth, it turned every note into silk, and every song into a standard. 5. Gloria Estefan, Mi Tierra.
My next guest, a very talented singer and songwriter who's just released her first Spanish-language album, performing a song from the album Mi Tierra. Please welcome Gloria Estefan.
With Mi Tierra, Gloria Estefan didn't just sing, she returned home. This Afro-Cuban masterpiece was a love letter to her roots, blending traditional Cuban rhythms with contemporary production. Released in late 1992, the song connected across generations, giving Cuban exiles and Latin listeners everywhere a nostalgic anthem of identity and pride.
Siguen los pregones, la melancolía.
Estefan's vocals were flawless, but it was the emotion, longing for a place she couldn't go back to, that made it unforgettable. Next, one of the greatest to ever write and sing, bringing fire, politics, and swagger in equal measure. Cuarta, Juan Gabriel. Pero qué necesidad.
Pero qué necesidad, para qué tanto.
Who else could turn social commentary into a dance track? In 1992, Juan Gabriel dropped Pero qué necesidad, a funky, fearless anthem about rejecting drama, politics, and unnecessary pain. It was groovy, smart, and full of attitude. And only Juan Ga could pull it off with that much flair. He wasn't just singing. He was preaching, dancing, smirking, all at once. It became a top hit and a beloved classic, proving once again Juan Gabriel could make you cry or make you move, often in the same verse. But now we head to a flower that bloomed and changed Latin music forever. Tercera, Rocío Dúrcal. Te amo a ti.
Te quiero tanto, corazón, y bien lo sabes tú, mi amor, que nunca.
The queen of rancheras outside of Mexico, that was Rocío Dúrcal, a Spanish legend with a Mexican soul. In 1992, Te amo a ti reminded everyone why her voice was synonymous with passion. Backed by sweeping mariachi, her vocals floated between power and vulnerability, elevating simple lyrics into something devotional. This song was for the romantics, the old souls, the lovers who never stopped loving. And Dúrcal? She proved that borders didn't matter. Emotion did. Next up, a bolero pop ballad that launched a young crooner into the stratosphere. Dos, Luis Miguel, No Sé Tú.
El señor Armando Manzanero, a ver si la reconoce. Cante conmigo esa noche.
By 1992, Luis Miguel wasn't just a singer, he was a phenomenon. And No Sé Tú was his masterpiece of intimacy. Written by Armando Manzanero, the bolero dripped with longing, obsession, and late-night elegance. Luis Miguel delivered every line with precision and fire, equal parts crooner and heartbreaker. The track dominated charts and helped his romance album redefine what it meant to be a Latin pop star.
No sé tú, pero yo no dejo de.
He didn't chase trends. He set the gold standard. And now, the song that defined not just 1992, but an entire generation. 1. Selena. Como la flor.
Como la flor, Selena y los Dinos, you got it.
A voice, a flower, a legacy. Como la flor wasn't just a hit. It was the moment Selena Quintanilla bloomed into a superstar. Released in late 1992, the song captured Tejano heartbreak in its purest form. Her vocal delivery, innocent, strong, aching, turned a simple metaphor into a cultural anthem. It crossed borders, broke language barriers, and became her signature song. In just a few minutes, Selena showed the world exactly who she was: proud, poised, unforgettable. And the flower? It never wilted.
Como la flor, con tanto amor.
1992 gave us more than songs. It gave us icons, voices that comforted, defied, and seduced their way into the history books. These 15 tracks didn't just chart, they changed us. Which one still hits your heart the hardest? Drop a comment below. And if you thought this year was unforgettable, wait until we hit 1999. Latin songs we'll never forget: Ricky, Enrique, Shakira, Explosion. Subscribe now. The next list is Puro Fuego.